Okay. It's not me. I'm thinking, who's breathing into their microphone? Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. Okay. I'm mic'd up for this. It's like I'm, God. Yeah. That's right. That's fine. No, I'm happy for people to ask questions. It's just like a, a whole different thing though. It needs a bit of getting used to, like anything. Yeah, good. We'll find out. We'll see. No. So Anna, what have you been thinking about anything? Right. Excellent.
I type of moving in the morning.
Right.
And so I have to go like that.
Okay.
And there's underneath the scapula, there's a sharp little pain at the same time. Now, I'm not awfully worried. I've been living with it for a long time.
Right.
So, but I've noticed as I'm getting a little bit more flexible, some areas are just quite, for instance, I love sleeping on my right side.
Yep.
But I've made myself sleep on my left side because I think it's a shock or something. It's all.
Okay.
So I sleep on that, but I found what happens is I don't breathe this side because this side is so stiff.
So if you're lying on your left side, then you're right. You feel like you can't breathe so easily. Okay.
It's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
It takes time. I notice that when I do anything like that, there's always a problem. So I just
Right. So so in the morning when you want to move that place, you bring that arm up.
I stand up and I go like that.
It goes click, click, click.
Well, just in a couple of places.
Okay.
And then I do the same side too. Only that always
Okay. So when you go on this side, it feels like it's kind of clicking and unlocking something a little bit. Yeah. And when you go this side, it feels like it's tearing something. Yeah. Okay. All right. You are, yeah. Because you've been really noticing it. Yeah. So when you do that in the morning, are you standing, are you sitting, or you're lying? Okay, so let's have a look at you standing as well. Okay. And just okay. And so when you do that now, and because you've done a whole lot of stuff today, yeah? Yeah. So does it feel different now? Yeah.
As soon as I do that in the morning, that sort of sets me up for the whole day.
Okay, beautiful. So I'm just going to have a look from behind, if that's all right. Yep, no, that's fine. I've moved it. All right. So, yeah, so do that from the right side. That's it. And the other way. Okay. And as you do that, how much of you do you have there?
I don't have much of myself.
Right. So when I'm thinking of how much of you, I'm thinking, do you have your feet? Do you have your legs? Do you have your pelvis?
Okay. I have a lot.
Okay.
I don't have
Ah, it is interesting. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to have another, just a look at you standing still, if that's all right. So just get yourself balanced and we'll, okay. So I'm looking at that pattern that's there and thinking why that way is something and why this way is something else. Yeah. And even why. So, Anna, just do again this arm. Yeah. You can see it's all the way down to here. Yeah. And on this one side, yeah, it's kind of there, but it's, yeah, now that we've brought your attention to it, you're kind of going, oh, yeah, I've got. So, but can you feel there's a difference when you go this way? Yeah, can you feel your foot comes down into the ground? Yeah. And when you go that way, something different. It's like, oh, yeah. And you kind of, you're almost, yeah, okay. So just noticing differences. How is that organised differently? Yeah. And do you notice it? And you also notice it when you're sleeping. Do you notice that thing? Ah. But you said you were sleeping on your side.
I
but
started sleeping on my side for a short period, and then I have to on.
Okay.
I never sleep on my side for very long.
Okay.
This is the one I used to sleep on as a kid.
Mm-hmm. All right. And do you notice all of this stuff when you're doing other things during the day?
Yeah, there's always a little bit of difficulty with some things. I'm getting stronger at, but I carry things on this side rather than on this side. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
And gardening.
Okay. So you love it, but you would like it to be a little easier. So.
Yeah, you know, getting down things is always here. It's a lot easier than this home.
Yeah, funny about that. Okay.
I really just can't go down onto my very long.
So it's the bending down rather than what you're doing with your arms and your shoulders. Okay. All right. So we'll see if something up there changes that as well. But yeah. Lovely. So I'm kind of curious because you talked about how different it is lying on each side. But then a part of me is also thinking, oh, but lying on your tummy could be really interesting because that's how you lie during the night. Ah. Got it.
Now I can just lie flat and have my head to one side or the other side, and I'm bringing it.
Yeah.
And I'm perfectly comfortable. In fact, I sleep the best.
Great. All right. So in that case, let's have a look at this side lying thing. Yeah. So which side feels most comfortable to lie on? On your right. That's your go-to.
That's my go-to side, except that, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So have a sit down and you're going to lie on your right. So we need to just put something here. You happy?
Yeah, I fell asleep on this. The first day we did the exercise on our left side. I thought,
I feel like we need a little bit, but these ones are just a bit small.
I've got those black ones of mine.
Or a towel or something. Well, it's nice having assistance. Now, I need one of these. Beautiful. Okay. Nice. So maybe we'll put the big one underneath and that there. Yep. And then you need a bit more, but I'm going to put you on a towel. Just so it's a bit softer for you. How's that? How's that? Okay. And is that how you would sleep?
I would sleep like this until I get sore, and then I would lie.
Okay, and where would you get sore?
In the right shoulder, and sometimes the legs. You know.
All right, so the underneath shoulder. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And is that how you usually have your arm when you're asleep? Okay. I'm just feeling for contact. What's clear, what's not so, like what's down, what's not so down. Yeah. And I'm just going to fill that little space. Yeah. Yeah. You feel a little bit more down there now, Anna? Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I want to give her a sense that I've got all of her, and also because her arm's here, I don't want that flopping around. So I'm just kind of going, how is it to move over that? And I'm really thinking about that underneath shoulder. Yeah. That feels okay for you, Anna? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. Because usually the problem here is that this bit can't kind of adjust to shifting weight over it. So when you're lying at night and you kind of do a little bit of this and a little bit of this is kind of tries to hold its place a little bit. Yeah. Well, not always, but that's often the problem. So. I'm thinking sort of the whole side here, yeah, but also, and I don't, it's really hard to say too much without it changing what Anna's doing, but that's it. And then that's it. So what I was saying was that as I did that, Anna was doing lots of, and then just let that shoulder rest, Anna. That's it. There. You see that? Yeah. So I'm thinking about that, but I'm also thinking about when she comes onto this shoulder, what I want that to be able to do, because I want to go over onto the other side. So I'm just going to bring my arm in under here. That's it. You can just let that rest there. Is that okay? Sorry. I'm clearly not used to being in the right position for the camera. Really just finding those main directions of movement for shoulder girdle. Shoulder girdle, yes, I'm thinking shoulder blade sliding over ribs. So I'm thinking shoulder girdle, collarbone, yeah, and then this just comes along because that's attached to the shoulder blade. Thank you. I go into this kind of non-verbal state when I'm doing it. But it's good for me. Very good for me. That's it. Yeah. So I'm thinking more, when I'm thinking about what's she going to need on this side to lie on it, she's going to need that to be able to kind of really slide over her ribs, really, for that to be able to, that's it. Yeah. As soon as I've got to just keep it at a level that Anna's not feeling that she has to help me too much. That's it. That's it. It is, isn't it? It's really, yeah, it's really tricky. And I just realised at the same time as I'm doing that, I'm kind of getting a little bit into those ribs as well. Yeah. Good. Glad you saw that. So I've got this sliding over the ribs, but I've also got, there's sort of, when I'm doing that, this is more differentiation. And then when I let this come down here, yeah, then I'm getting the ribs going as well. Can you feel that difference, Anna? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because this is the other part that can kind of brace into the table. That's it. Okay. Okay. So then I just want to let her have that breath. That's it, not dive in too quickly. So again, I'm thinking about this, but also that. Yeah, and also the underneath. So we're rolling over that underneath shoulder in order to bring this one forwards. So I guess I've got these two functions going at the same time. One is this lying on the side, and the other that I'm working towards is that thing that Yeah. So I'm thinking, how do we get a sense through here? Yeah. Well, I guess so I'm feeling for what's there. We've already done this a little bit. And so I'm feeling this and also thinking what I saw. But this, I think both of those things are going on. So what I'm feeling and seeing here and what I could see there at the start. Does that make sense? So I know I want to include this, and it's not coming so spontaneously. It's there, but not, I think it could be clearer. That's it. Yeah. That's it. In my rooms, I've got a big squishy ball thing that I can just let an arm lie on, which I love. But yeah, no, it's fine to do this. But I'm just saying, if I wanted to get two hands in there, which part of me is wanting to do, and then I think, no, it's okay, I can do it one-handed. Yeah. So I've got it's a biggish ball, an egg-shaped ball, but it's sort of not fully inflated. So it's like your arm can really flop there, and then we can do all sorts of things. But that's it. Mm. And there's a little place here. It's nice of you to have a stripe down the middle of your back, Anna. this shirt. That's it. Yep. The spiny bits. Probably no. I was there for Larry 1, not Larry 2. But I've definitely seen the Larry. Yeah, that's it. Hmm. That's right. That's it. That's it. That's it. Just letting me take it. That's the way. So, having done that, can you feel a difference there, Anna? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is just coming much more easily. So we've got a lot more length there. The ribs are coming. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah. A bit of elastic. Yeah, so I did got this connected to that, and that, yep. All right, did I? Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah, yeah, just before, yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's interesting. Did you feel that? Like, right. Like, oh, it'll go on forever, or like, it's nice. Yeah. Like, hang on a minute. So there, this tucks in. And then it's like, oh, I don't need to do that. And it goes a little bit more. Yeah. So let's give this a little rest. Dolphin. Beautiful. Oh, that sounds nice to me, to be a dolphin. So it just doesn't need to be big, but again, I'm wanting her to feel ground. Because that was one of the, yeah. But, and also just in allowing this to, yeah, become part of that movement. But also remember when this side lost this connection. So I'm just gonna, and I'm just going to take your feet forwards a wee bit. That's it. I think we did this with Julie. That's it. Even that's made. Yeah. I think, yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly, but it feels like when this can actually find the ground, then this can move more easily over the top because it's got that base that it's moving over is clearer and easier. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Bit more coming along. Yeah. Still get that moment of, that's it. Going okay? Good. So I'm just thinking, because we've done a lot of this is looking a bit high now. So I'm just going to, that's all right. Don't need to. There we go. Is that okay? Yeah. I'm just feeling how that comes through. Like when I do this, how much of it have I got? And there's a little bit more coming through. And then if I can do a bit of that as well. You feel it? Yes, not sure why, but you know, it just feels like an okay. I could do. It just feels like to do this is, I don't know. Yeah. Go the other way. That's going. Well, I'm actually thinking down the middle now. I don't know why. But we could also go a little, yeah, that's more down into that hip. I'm not really doing anything fancy here, just kind of going, these are the options. I don't know. To just see if this makes this a little bit clearer. Lighter, more congruent in terms of what interferes and what doesn't interfere. Yeah, yeah. You see the difference there? Yeah, so it was happening before halfway through, now isn't. Mm. That's it, that's it, that's it. That's it. It's so there's lengthening, and when she was showing us, there was like a bit of coming around into rotation as well. So, yeah, which is what she was doing. That's what I'm thinking of what was happening. That's different again. Yeah, exactly. Can you feel that, Anna? That from here, boom, 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 all the way through, we've got this connection.
It just feels connected.
Yeah, funny about that. So let's just get you rolling onto your back for a minute. Gently, gently. That's it. And then we'll just put a little bit of, that's it. And just see what you notice. You can leave your legs up or you can have them long, whatever you prefer. That's nice. So you're noticing a difference from one side to the other? Mm-hmm.
Is it's meets the table a bit. Describe it.
Mm-hmm.
Like lying a bit sort of softer on the table.
Okay. So it's,
Whereas this side seems a little bit up off the table, but pressing down harder.
so there might be kind of focal points of pressure that are lifting.
They're just little
Whereas that might be a bit more evenly distributed.
Smooth, like a ribbon.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
Nice. So maybe we should do that on the other side and see if you can have two ribbons. You can be a real dolphin then. So yeah, so shuffle yourself across to the right a bit so you can roll onto that side. That's it. Beautiful. Yep. And my lovely assistant here will just okay. All right. So just notice that underneath side, yeah, which is the side that we were working on. Yeah. And can you feel the contact with the
it feels very supported on that. It's easy to move.
Yeah.
As I'm breathing.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And so when you're on, so this is your non-preferred side, and you're saying it's quite difficult to breathe on this side. Yeah, yeah. On this side of your chest or on this side of your chest, is it usually difficult? This one. Got it. Okay. Just feeling her breathing. Yeah. And giving her a sense, like a bit of feedback about that too. Yeah. So where can...
Or from the midline, or on that side, really.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Whereas on this side, it's a different feeling. Yeah. So it's not so clear. All right. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just giving you a feeling of... That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Does that feel like it's happening a little bit more? Mm. Mm. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm doing nothing. I'm listening. I'm absolutely just listening because, and I guess my idea is just if Anna can feel how many places can move with her breathing, then you're not having to just get it from here, then this is not having to work, then actually this can move more easily. Yeah? Yeah. So sometimes you don't need to do very much at all. Yeah. That's it. And actually I have to say, yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is probably what I do most with breathing is just hand here, hand here, hand here, and just because as soon as you bring contact to a place, it's like, oh, something could happen there. Yeah. And Anna knows exactly what's going on. You know, like it might take a little bit more input for somebody who's not really, you know, who just thinks my hands are like I'm being lazy. You know, sometimes people go, oh, you didn't do anything. Yeah. 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 Yeah, exactly. So feel what happens in that arm. Yeah. Yeah. So there's that's right. So once that softness kind of comes into this, it's sort of like discovering, oh yeah, I'm holding on, I don't need to. Yeah. Well, it was a lot less now. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Often. Yeah. 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 Well, because we're really thinking about breathing, this is one of the things that Anna asked about. So that more so than on the other side, because on this side, breathing is an issue. So I've forgotten your question. Were you asking generally or in this situation? Yeah. 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 So yeah, so my focus was on the breathing, on helping her to feel, and it's changing all the time. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. That was a really different one. Mm, mm. Yeah. So part of it is support. It's just when somebody's supporting you, you don't have to do the holding. And part of it is just because I've said I'm noticing your breathing, you know, we've stated that. So that's where Anna's attention is. So every time my hands move, it's related to breathing. Then as this starts to soften up, because if she's not breathing somewhere, it's because she's contracting there. So as that starts to let go of its contraction to allow the breath to expand into those places, then she's going to start noticing if other things are holding on. Yeah, so that's what happened with her arm. Was like, oh, as this bit lets go, oh my God, that arm doesn't need to be stuck there. Yeah? Yeah. And now I'm just starting to think of the possibility of movement, of rolling a little bit, because when you're lying on your side during the night, most of the, there's just that little bit of movement that you want to be feeling that it's easy. So you're not kind of stuck in one spot. That's it. So what could you do with that arm, Anna? Maybe it could just rest there. And how does that feel when you do that? Yeah, great, great. Because I'm thinking if your arm is like this all night and you're having to actually hold it there, yeah? Hook it on. Yeah, but something's a little bit working there. Yeah, that's it. So there, can you feel that? This is now able to open up a little bit here to let that come forwards a bit more. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah? Good. And then feel, yeah, yeah. That's it. Now this is just finding a place to rest instead of, yeah, because it was a new position. It's just like, oh, what do I need to do to let my arm just hang there? Yeah. And you don't need to do very much. That's it. That's it. Yeah. And I'm again just watching all of that. That was a so what changes as she comes here? And can she breathe easily in both, a little bit back? And then I'm sort of bringing her more directly onto her side there. Yeah. So just lots of possibilities of breathing there. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You've got a lot more. Now, again, I'm just going to take this forwards a little bit and just see what that does in terms of stability, if that meant compared to that. And it might not feel any different at all. I'm just, yeah. So again, it just felt like there was a bit of work going on in that bend. Yeah. So this can let go a little bit. And then it's a little easier to come on to directly onto her side. Not that there's any rules about having to do that, but it's just a bit more stable. And if it's a bit more stable, then you don't need to hold on as much. If you don't need to hold on as much, you can breathe a bit easier. Yeah. That's it. I'm starting at am I starting at a different angle? I can't remember. But this just feels like where it's, and I'm just looking at how much of her can come along, and already most of her's coming. Can you see? Yeah. That's it. Yeah?
Oh, it's so good. I was so, that is amazing. Oh.
That's it. Yeah. So you can all the way through. And
Oh, it goes right to the middle.
yeah.
Oh, what a difference.
Yeah.
My hip's not moving. Oh.
Yeah. So, you know, she's learned from the other side, plus she's done all of that letting go through her ribs just by breathing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh God, no. To tighten the fat. No, I'm not thinking about that at all. I'm just trying to find that trajectory that goes easily. That's similar to what she was showing me in standing. Well, I mean, I've gone there. I've gradually kind of taken it a little bit more up, which is what she was showing me. But there's up and there's across, and I just wait, Anna. Sorry. Yep. Wires. So now I can just. That's it. Yeah. That's it. I'm just going to get this. Let your head just rest. That's it. Yeah. You feel that neck's trying to do something to help, and it actually doesn't need to. That's it. Just resting. That's it. All right. Yeah, just like in ATM. Yeah, we've already kind of done the blueprint in the nervous system. Yeah, she's already got that sense that, oh, this connects to this, connects to this, connects to this. Yeah, so that concept is already there. She's felt it in her system on the other side, and it's like, oh, yep, ready to go. So, Anna, I'm tossing up now. Do I just bring her straight up because you're already halfway there, or do you want to have a feel of what it's like lying on your back because we did that before and there was such a difference? Do you have a curiosity about that?
Yeah, I've got to say, that was the most extraordinary. Oh, that's really amazing. Oh, yes. I've got 2 ribbons.
2 ribbons.
Yeah, no, that's really.
Do they connect to each other? Or is it like one side and the other side? It's fine, whatever they are.
2 sides.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You're ready for a sleep? Wait. That's right. Yeah. So I don't want it to just leap off the table. Yeah. So if you were going to roll, which way? Great. So which way do you feel like rolling, Anna? You don't care? You could go either way? All right. So let's just bend your knees up a bit, maybe. We'll start from there and we'll just see if you can go really. That's the way. Mm-hmm.
That's very good. That stretch was just.
Mm-hmm. So what does that feel like there? What are you noticing? What are you noticing in yourself?
I'm partially still remembering it. Feeling of elasticity. And the amount of letting go.
Yeah, yeah.
It's extraordinary.
Yeah.
So many places like clavicles. That's going. And gradually they're just like a series of tumblers.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. So as you're sitting there, and I'm just going to come and look from behind because it's more big. Yeah.
It feels more comfortable.
It's not painful. We didn't even talk about that bit. Oh, how interesting. So it was actually sore when you were sitting there before, and now it's like, all right. Yeah. Great. And just sense your breathing. Just have a feeling of where, all those places that maybe are a little, yeah, beautiful. It's just coming. Lovely. Ah, look at that. They move. Yeah. Stuck onto the in place. So I'm just going to feel then. Let these arms drop. That's it. So just feel this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So just feel. There we go. Bring your feet to wherever you want to be because you've come up a bit wider than you would normally be. Yeah, good. Feel your feet now. They're in the picture. Yeah. That's it. Good. And that movement of your scapulars, that's still possible? Movement in that place between those scapulae?
Yeah, and I can actually feel the tops of which is
okay.
Yeah, which is really
so that you've got a little bit more of them. So as you move them a little bit, you can feel the whole thing moving. Oh, watch out. Yeah.
It's all moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels so it's moving.
And you don't have to do a lot to get that movement. You can just do a little, yeah. All right. So have a walk. Go for a walk. See what that's like for you.
That's just
So just feel, and I don't want you to do this as a massive stretch, but just feel if you go a little bit into that movement, how far do you need to go to feel? That's it. Yeah. And the other way. Yeah. So can you feel how much more of you is in that now?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I can feel myself.
Yeah. So it's not just like forcing it into that. It's like, oh, yeah. That's it. Yeah. Beautiful. You're welcome. useful. I know, and often you can't, like, but it just did all fit into the one picture really once, you know, and it's nice when it does that, but it doesn't always. But all those little thoughts are like, oh, yeah. Yeah, and because it's all black from a distance, it is a little harder to see, but I could see it and feel it, you know, close there. It was, yeah. Beautiful.
Yes, it's all sort of and my feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. I didn't do any of that. Yeah, but it's all that stuff of finding ground. You know, that actually makes sense. Well, when you're lying on your side, you feel it with the whole side that you're lying on. When you're sitting, you feel it with your pelvis and your feet. And now when you're standing, it's your feet. So it's like if you can feel it in all of those other positions, it's going to be easier in this position. Well, I wanted you to be in your most comfortable, on your most comfortable side to start with, yeah? Because we're not going to go straight into the less comfortable side. So wherever you're more comfortable is we're going to get